Hello everyone, back in the room again today with my buddy Joxer. We're doing it a little bit later today because I had some training. Highlands YFC, The Door, YU, Highlands YU. We're going to be starting something up soon called YU Chat, Youth Unlimited Chat. And it's kind of like a non-crisis kids help phone thing, so I had some training to do for that today, and I had the time wrong. I thought I was going to do this at 1 and then do that after, but I had the timing wrong. So I'm sorry for the lateness today, and once again we are in the room because there's a lot of snow outside on the ground, and this is a pretty comfortable place to do the Bible lesson. And my cats can join in randomly, which is always a little bit fun and creative. So yeah, today is the 15th. So I will start off with Jesus is Calling for April 15th. Once again, it's not as if I'm speaking this to you, it's as if Jesus is. So pretend that Jesus sounds like, a mid-30s Canadian overweight guy for a little bit. Alright. So April 15th. Jesus is calling. Trust me. And don't be afraid. Many things feel out of control. Your routines are not running smoothly. You tend to feel more secure when your life is predictable. Let me lead you to the rock that is higher than you and your circumstances. Take refuge in the shelter of my wings, where you are absolutely secure. When you are shaken out of your comfort routines, grip my hand tightly and look for growth opportunities. Instead of bemoaning the loss of your comfort, accept the challenge of something new. I lead you on from glory to glory, making it fit for my kingdom. Say yes to the ways I work in your life. Trust me, and don't be afraid. 3 Bible verses that inspired that. Surely God is my salvation. I trust and not be afraid. The Lord is my strength and my song. He has become my salvation. Isaiah 12:2. And then, from the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. I long to dwell in your tent forever, and take refuge in the shelter of your wings. Psalm 61, 2-4. And then, finally, but we all with unveiled face, beholding as a mirror the glory of God, and being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as by the Spirit of the Lord. That's 2 Corinthians 3:18. So yeah, the whole you feel out of control, your routines are not running smoothly, you tend to feel more secure when your life is predictable. As random and everything as I seem to be, I do like routines quite a bit. And I've definitely been found in one in that whole say yes when I work in your life. It's like, alright, cool. Trying to think about how this new YU non-crisis chat hotline is how it's going to work, because it's like a crisis hotline, but it's not really like a crisis hotline. It's weird. So it'll be interesting, and it was like, okay, So how do I work this into my new routine? But I can see God honoring it and doing some pretty awesome things in it. So then, that is the wrong book of the Bible. We're going to be opening up to Proverbs 15. Now, once again, this is the Jesus-centered Bible. So there are things from the Old Testament that refer back. Verse 11 is going to refer to John 2, 23 to 25. So just a heads up on that. But I'm going to read through 15, and then I'll go back and look at that. So Proverbs 15. Hopefully you guys have had a time to turn there. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. That whole fighting fire with fire thing, right? The tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool bleaches out foolishness. The Lord is watching everywhere, keeping his eyes on both the evil and the good. The gentle words are a tree of life. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Only a fool despises a parent's discipline. Whoever learns from correction is wise. There is treasure in the house of the godly, but the earnings of the wicked bring trouble. The lips of the wise give good advice. The heart of a fool has none to give. The Lord detests a sacrifice of the wicked, but he delights in the prayers of the upright. The whole Cain and Abel story from Genesis or whatever. There's a lot of confusion there, but I think that little verse gives a little bit of insight. Continuing on with 9. The Lord detests the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue godliness. Whoever abandons the right path will be severely disciplined. Whoever hates correction will die. Even death and destruction hold no secrets from the Lord. How much more does he know the human heart? Mockers hate to be corrected, so they stay away from the wise. A glad heart makes a happy face. A broken heart crushes the spirit. A wise person is hungry for knowledge, while the fool feeds on trash. For the despondent every day brings trouble. For the happy heart, life is a continual feast. Better to have little with fear for the Lord than to have a great treasure and inner turmoil. A bowl of vegetables with someone you love is better than a steak with someone you hate. Hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. A lazy person's way is blocked with barriers. I'm going to say barriers. That's not the right word. But I can't say that word. Anyways, barriers? I don't know. But the path of the upright is an open highway. Sensible children bring joy to their father. Foolish children despise their mother. Foolishness brings joy to those with no sense. A sensible person stays on the right path. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. The path of life leads upward for the wise. They leave the grave behind. The Lord tears down the house of the proud, but he protects the property of widows. The Lord detests evil plans, but he delights in pure words. Greed brings grief to the whole family, but those who hate bribes will live. The heart of the godly thinks carefully before speaking. The mouth of the wicked overflows with evil words. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears prayers of the righteous. A cheerful look brings joy to the heart. Good news makes for good health. Hey, Joxer. If you listen to constructive criticism, you will be at home among the wise. If you reject discipline, you only harm yourself. But if you listen to correction, you grow in understanding. Fear of the Lord teaches wisdom. Humility produces honor. So then Proverbs 15:11 refers back to the New Testament. So even death and destruction hold no secrets. How much more does he know the human heart? So here Solomon says that the Lord knows even the depth of Sheol. And if God knows that kind of darkness, then he also knows what resides in the human heart. Jesus didn't trust the hearts of man because he knew all about people. No one needed to tell him about human nature, for he knew what was in each person's heart. John 2:23-25. And then there was another part too, which I thought was I don't know, it just made me think of comedy. So 15:23. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. I don't know. In this time of things, like, one, it is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. No, don't be taking out my Bible. It's great to say the right thing at the right time to, like, inspire someone, to make them feel really good, to say, like, hey, you know what, I really care about you. So hopefully you guys did the challenge yesterday, which was to pray and find someone that you might think is thinking lowly of themselves in order to just let them know how much you care and how much you appreciate them. And, you know, saying something like that at the right time is like this really deep, like, it just, oh man, it feels awesome. And I love when God uses me in that, because you might not know what's going on in the other person's life, and, you know, God just gives you this feeling like, I need to say something positive to this person. It's awesome when that happens. It's one of my favorite feelings in the world. But also in comedy, right? Like, if someone has good comedic timing, they know that that timing is perfect, and it ends up being hilarious. Like, sometimes you say the punchline and the timing's wrong, it just falls flat. So even the Bible understands good comedy. But yeah, and that's one of the things too, is you might have all the right words and you might have the wrong timing. That goes for, like, just having conversations in relationships with friends, with bosses, with coworkers. It's at the wrong time. Sometimes that can be really bad. My church does something about fighting a fair fight and the rules of a fair fight. And part of it is one of the things is timing. So, I don't know, that's one of the things that jumped out at me. One, because good comedy needs good timing, and that's why it jumped out at me. But then I was like, no. Oh, man. I am so glad when, like, you just say something and you know, like, man, this was the perfect time. And I know that that inspired someone, or that helped someone out of a really bad place. Like, God gave me those words at the perfect time. And it also works with laughter too. So, yeah. Anyways, probably not the biggest takeaway from the Bible verse that we just read, but it's my personal big takeaway for the day. And one of the ways that God speaks to me is through his timing. Maybe that's another reason why it jumped out at me. There's a lot of times when people can be like, oh, hey, oh, you bit through the string, Joxer. You just bit through the string. If you guys were wondering what was going on, I found some thread on the floor. And, Joxer's a cat and he loves string. So, God's timing is always something that I love. And I almost never notice it in the moment, but retroactively I can think of it and I can be like, oh man, that was awesome. Like, I can't believe that God lined it all up so that I could talk to that person, or I could get there as soon as this was happening, or, whatever the case may be. Some people, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, so those are the two things for today. Another tidbit of information that I was thinking about is the number 40. So, like, Jesus roamed the desert for 40 days. The Israelites walked for 40 years. Something else that was kind of cool is Jesus after the crucifixion. I don't remember if it was 4 days after the crucifixion or after he rose, but he appeared to his disciples for about 40 days. And that theme of 40 was, I thought, really cool. So, don't know if that was for anyone on the live stream or not, but I just thought it was a cool tidbit of information. 40 in the Bible is often a number for of purification. Is kind of the theme that comes out of it. So, And on a total side note, a bonus point if you can name either one. There's 4 comic book characters right here. If you can name one of them, I'll give you a bonus point. I know it's really far away. One's bright orange, the other is blue. And then if you can't see the other ones, it's because the other two are in the blue one's hands. Kind of like a King Kong situation. Anyways, totally random. I'll pray for everyone now. Alright, Joxer. I know you're like, your hands. AJC, awesome Jesus Christ. As our daily rhythms have been, and our daily routines have been shuffled and not what we were used to, I pray that we can embrace this new thing and this new normal for now. That we can get used to the routines and that we can still find ways of connecting and finding normal and stimulating our minds and our bodies. And I pray for your help with that, and I pray that we can say yes to what it is that you want us to do. And as, some things are not as planned as we might think, or maybe more planned than we thought, I pray that you can help us out, Lord. And to help us to just hear your guidance and your direction, and less of our wants and more of like, this is how you're going to use us. I pray once again, like, that you can use us for that perfect timing. When someone's feeling really low, that you can put them on our hearts and we can reach out and just be like, hey, you're awesome. I pray that we can all feel that moment, that we can feel that moment not only with those deep, really personal, impactful, meaningful things, but also in those light, fluffy, mental, healthily, comical times where we can just laugh together. Lord, I thank you for that. One of the big bonuses to being inside too, Lord, is I don't get a ton of people ask me to drink the lake water. Thank you for that. But that was funny on the first day. But yeah, continue to use us. Help us spread joy and laughter and hope. Help us to inspire. God, I thank you so much for loving me, for loving us, for choosing to die on the cross and continuing to be a part of my life, not only daily, but moment by moment. And I pray that everything I do, I can do it in a way that glorifies you, even if it's just me, or it's just my animals, or it's just me and my wife, or more. I thank you, Lord. And I pray that, you can get glorified in all of this. There is a nursing home crisis in our country too, Lord. The least of these, the most vulnerable in our society, are in some cases they're getting neglected. In other cases there's fear. There's some really awful situations, Lord. So selfishly, first and foremost, I'm lifting up my own mother. And I pray that the people that are looking after her can also remain safe, and the whole Strathcona home in Mount Forest can remain COVID free. But there's that one nursing home in Quebec that has been abandoned by a lot of different workers because COVID did enter into the home. And there's still people that need full care, and people are going to die because other people don't want to get COVID, and people are going to die just because they're people that are looking after them get it, even though they might not get it themselves. I pray that people can answer the call to look after these people. The underpaid, the underappreciated in our culture, Lord. I pray that you can help inspire them, and that you can use every one of us to reach out to them. And Lord, and for all the misinformation and the truthers that are spreading so much lies and deceit, Lord, I pray for truth to ring out, and for the people that are just doing harm, but they believe that they're doing right. I don't know, Lord. I pray that you can help correct their ways. As we get desperate to blame somebody for what's going on in our lives, I pray that we can remember countries that are doing way worse, that we can remember the people in our own backyards that are struggling, and that we can go from blame, how come this is making me blah blah blah, or blah blah blah, blame, to, okay, how do I actually help? How do I do something positive in each and every one of us? Thank you, Lord. Thank you that reading your word is something small that I can do. Alright. I'm now remembering that I'm on camera. So, amen. If anyone has any prayer requests, send me a private message. I'd be happy to pray for you. If you need a Bible, please let me know. Private message me if you can figure out what two comic book people there is. Here is a hint. 2 of them are bad guys. 1 has had a movie based off of them, and 2 are a romantic good guy couple. Alright. Anyways, on that really silly note, me and Joxer will bid you a good day. Good day.